So I came across a post on Facebook and I want to dissect that post on today's podcast. Let's get into the episode. And welcome listeners to the Felix Black podcast. I am Felix Black, and today I am talking about a post that I saw on Facebook that I want to go through and dissect, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what she's saying and if it's true, and I will tell you how I feel in each aspect. But let me read it for you. Bestie 101. If my husband earns $200,000, and I am earning $10 million monthly, we will run the home around his income. His role is to provide. He can't give birth. That is my role. She said, I know dash am the role. I know dash am the role. I guess that's a typo. And if I am earning more than him, it is at my own discretion to contribute what I deem fit. No amount, no compulsion whatsoever, no force, no blackmail, nothing. He is the provider. That's in all caps. He is the provider. Marriage has rules for it to work, although different strokes for different folks. So even if I am earning 1 billion, I am under no obligation to run the home with my money. We will run it according to the income of the man, because according to the rules of marriage, a woman is a support system to the man. Even in the place of finance, she should never be the key player, but can contribute if she wants. This is where marrying a kind partner comes into play. All right. That's an interesting post. That's an interesting post, considering we are now entering the 50-50 phase of relationships, right? I want to say men are no longer taking on the 100% responsibility of all the bills. They want it to be 50-50. Okay, let's break down what she says. If my husband earns $200K and I am earning $10 million monthly, we will run the home around his income. I agree with that as a man, as the guy, as the man, as the husband in this relationship. I will always run the home around my income. That's the way I choose to do it, because if she chooses, to leave one day, she can. I know that I can care for myself with no issue, right? I agree with that. I agree because I've always done that, right? I've always made sure that where I lived, whether I was married or not, I was covering the bills with my income. It's never going to leave me 100% broke, right? But that's just called budgeting. But I ran the house based off my income, and she made more than me. I'm okay with that. So I can agree with that. Even if she makes more than you, run the household around the income of the man. I agree. Next, she says his role is to provide. He can't give birth. That's my role. Okay, so this is where we start getting into roles. Absolutely. His role is to provide. And so if I am providing, if I am doing that role, I expect you as the woman to do your role. I am the owner of the home, right? Even though we own it together, I'm the owner. You're the general manager. You manage everything in there. What needs to be fixed? Hey, this needs to be fixed. Take the trash out. XYZ. We need this. We need that. And it is my job to do the best that I can to get that for the home, right? It's not to say, oh, we need gold faucets and I need to go out and work to get gold faucets. At the end of the day, if I don't deem it necessary for the home, then it's not necessary. But yes, the woman to me is the general manager. I'm the provider. I make sure that we have a full fridge, that when you flick the lights and you turn the faucets, water, and electricity come out in the other order. So, yes, I agree with that. He is a provider and she gives birth. So that means once she gives birth, she is the primary caretaker. I will take a back seat to raising kids because I want women, that's innate in them. That's what they do naturally. Am I saying I'm hands off? No, I'm in there. I'm in there doing what I know how to do. But women, it's natural for them. That's why they have dolls when they're little girls, feeding them, talking to them, putting them to bed, and all that type of stuff, right? I digress. Next, and if I am earning more than him, it is at my own discretion to contribute what I deem fit. No amount, no compulsion whatsoever, no force, no blackmail, nothing. This is a level of maturity that I can appreciate. Though I don't expect the woman to contribute anything. Any woman fully vested in her relationship, fully vested, will want to contribute something, right? I will agree with that. She is under no obligation. Hey, everything in here is paid. Everything in here is good. Are we living, are we living lavishly in a $10 million mansion? No, but we have a nice home, spacious. It's nice, right? It's nice. We have everything we need. We're not lacking for anything. Now, though, any woman in her right mind that is fully invested in her relationship will not need to be asked to contribute. She will do that of her own will. Where this kind of takes a weirder turn is I also don't agree with a woman stockpiling her money. This is what I mean. I am providing, so my paycheck is going to be divvied up for house stuff. It is. So very rarely am I going to have a chance to stockpile, $15,000, $20,000 a month for savings. If a woman is not contributing to the household bill wise, she should not just be putting her money in her savings account for her. I disagree with that because that is not fair to the relationship. While you don't have to pay any bills, you should be contributing to the home, buying things for the home to make it nice. You're the general manager. We need new dishes. We need new furniture. We need stuff like that, right? That is something that a woman can contribute to. Because if you look at it, if you're not paying the bills, like where is your money going? What are you spending your money on? Though I don't ask that question because as a man and a woman in a marriage, that shouldn't need to be asked because it should be transparent where most of your money is going. That's something that men, will think about. Like, where's your money going? Like, hey, you don't pay for any bills in here, but yet we can't buy a dining room table. You know what I'm saying? Like, you expect me to buy that too? Okay. We need new appliances. Am I paying for that too? Okay. So, but you're making money. So what are you spending your money on? That becomes the question now. That's just examples, right? We'll figure that out, but are you contributing to the bills? No, it is up to her to help out and allocate money to the home, what she deems fit. But the right woman we won't have to ask that question, if that makes sense. Then she says in capital letters, he is the provider. It goes without saying. Marriage has rules for us to work, obviously. Different strokes for different folks. Understand that. So even if I'm earning $1 billion, I'm under no obligation to run the home with my money. I agree with that. And again, like I said, running the home to me is the brick and mortar, making sure that it is standing, that it has lights, that it has the utilities, that it has the bones of it. I can agree with that. But am I paying for every single thing underneath this roof? No. No, I'm not doing that. And if that is what women are expecting, that is a little bit far-fetched. You really, that's more than a free ride. That is just free loading. You're literally not contributing a single dime to the household. Who in their right mind would accept that? Who? Right? Because I can pay everything in this house I'm here by myself. I can pay for everything. You are paying for your own home, right? You meet a woman, she has a townhome. She's paying for all her own bills. Okay, cool. Got it. That's fucking awesome. I love it. So now we move in together. You're moving in with me because I'm damn sure never moving in with a woman. That's not happening. So you're moving in with me. Now, the money that you were spending for rent, that you were spending for food, electricity, water, internet, you don't have those bills anymore. Now, am I expecting you to come here and pay those? No, I'm not, because I'm already paying that here. But understand, you come with bills. Us as humans, I come with bills. If I move in with you, hypothetically speaking, I come with a bill, whether that is a little bit more electricity, a little bit more water, a little bit more food, right? I don't add to the rent, but electricity, utilities, I add to the utilities. I add to the wear and tear of the home. So we'll have to get a new bed, a new couch, a new TV eventually, faster because it's more people using it. So everyone comes with bills. There is no way that you're a responsible woman, independent, love it. It's cool, right? You're independent because you have to be. But now you don't have to be because you have a rock to lean on. And I have a support system in you. There's no way that you're going to just pocket all of that money for yourself. For yourself. How do you think that that's okay? There's no way you can do that. So yes, you are under no obligation to pay the bills in my house. You're not doing any of that. You as a woman, I would like you to figure out how you're going to contribute. And then we have that conversation. I don't want to tell you, hey, this is what you're going to do. I shouldn't have to. Again, we're mature adults, and being the leader, right? I want to hear what you want to do. That lets me know where your mindset is. What do you want to do? What do you think you should do? And if we're in agreement, we're in agreement. Cool. Awesome. Let's do that. Let's move forward. Am I saying that you have to bring all $2,500 that you were spending at your house and spend it all here? No, absolutely. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But for you to pocket all $2,500 is insanity. That's insanity. That's not okay. That's not okay to even think that way. But it would be up to you individuals to say, hey, this is what I want to contribute. It might be 500. That's 500 less that I have to contribute, right? That doesn't mean that I now go gamble with that money. That means that I can put that away for something else. We can start to upgrade the home a little bit faster. We can probably get nicer things, appliances, because now we have more disposable income. Pay off things that we have separately, credit cards that we have separately, but to just pocket that $2,500 that you are spending on your own and not pay anything in here, no, that's not happening. And then she says, we will run it according to the income of the man, because according to the rules of marriage, she's speaking religiously, a woman is a support system to the man, even in a place of finance. Agree with that. She should never be the key player, but can contribute if she wants. That's in capital letters, if she wants. This is where marrying a kind partner comes into play. Even a woman is a support system to the man, even in a place of finance. I agree. I agree. Um, like I said, your income is supplemental. So we have to remember that when we make that declaration, your income is supplemental. That means that it's added. We're running everything off of my income. I say that because I live in Houston and I get a job offer to make more money in New York. You work in Houston too, but there's no job for you in New York. Are you going to move to New York with me if I want to move to take that job? So your money is supplemental. We're running everything off of my money. Understand what you're saying when you say that. Meaning, if I have the opportunity to increase my income, I'm the primary. Your income is secondary. So that means it's after mine. So if I'm moving to get a raise, do you have a problem with possibly giving up your job? Is it that important to you? Because again, your income is supplementary. I agree. A woman is the support in both the relationship and in finances. It should be once in a blue moon, if ever, that I need your help financially. Again, finances is for me is probably one A in a relationship. If our finances are in the shitter, if they're absolute dog shit, our relationship is not going to work. We need to figure out how we are going to balance our budgets, how we're going to budget for the household, because I don't never want there to be one day where we come up short. We will never be foreclosed on. We will never have our cars repossessed. None of that type of stuff. We will never have a utility shut off. But we should be managing our money to where we can travel, we can go do stuff, and it's not we don't have enough money. If we have children, they want to do something, we can buy football and basketball and ballerina cheerleading equipment, not costumes, uniforms, accessories. Kid wants to play the instrument, we should be able to pay for that, right? We should be able to pay for that. And again, I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things so that everyone else in this household can enjoy what they want, especially children, right? Especially them, because that's the goal. So they will be able to enjoy the things that they want to do, find their pathways earlier, because that's always better. And enjoy being children. But I just wanted to share this passage with everyone. It's really good, and I think that she really captures the essence. She can rub people the wrong way with some of the words that she used, but for the most part, I agree with it. We run the house off of my income. Yours is secondary. It adds to. But I would never run a household off of the woman's finances. So that's been the Felix Black Show podcast for today. Please let me know what you all think about today's episode. Leave a comment if you haven't already. Please follow on your selected platform for podcasts, and I will see y'all in the next one.